What's up everyone? In this video we're going to learn how to do the manual. Now for a lot of my how-tos, I've really gone through explaining exactly how to do each trick. I really spend a lot of time thinking in my mind, how can I explain this trick so that most people can understand who don't know how to do the trick already, how to go about learning to do the trick. What better way to learn the trick than to have a how-to manual? Like if you buy a piece of furniture, it comes with a manual on how exactly to put it together. Now, if only there was something like that for doing tricks, right? Well, I went and picked myself up a how-to manual. In this manual, it's going to teach you step by step exactly how to manual. Now, you could get this for any trick, and it's just going to teach you exactly how to manual. So we're going to go through this how to manual in order to learn this trick. So let's get started on page number 1. Step number 1, refer to step number 2. Easy enough. This is so easy. I should do this every single time. Step number 2, refer to step number 1. Left string. Step number 2. Step number 1. Now if we flip the page. Here we go. The real step number 1. This manual will not teach you how to manual. I don't know who wrote this. Couldn't have been me. Okay, step number 42. This trick requires practice. There is no real manual. So basically, the whole reason I wrote this manual is to pretty much explain that there is not a how-to book. It's not like math where, 2 + 2 = 4. There's not like a real answer for how to do something. By writing this, I really want to show that, it really just takes practice and everyone learns in different ways. And through these videos, I can really kind of explain to you the different ways that you can learn how to do a trick. First things first, what is a manual? Manual is kind of like a wheelie, except you're not pedaling. You're just balancing on your back wheel while keeping your pedals stationary so you're not moving them. To learn this trick, I'd recommend finding a hill. That way, you can have a little bit of speed without constantly having to pedal, because speed is your friend with this trick. The slower you go, the harder it is to manual. So let's find ourselves a hill. Oh look, a hill. All right, so the positioning that you're gonna wanna be in, you don't wanna be too far back and you don't wanna be too far forward. Now, one thing I recommend doing is just either taking your fingers off the brakes or just not using the brakes altogether, just because when you're first learning, that's gonna prevent you from really getting your full potential of really getting the balance point, because otherwise you're always gonna be just hitting your brakes right before you go backwards, and you're either just gonna be constantly riding your brakes and you're never really gonna understand the balance point. So when I learned these, I actually learned this brakeless on a BMX bike. So either just take your fingers completely off the brakes, or just tell yourself in your mind, just don't use the brakes even if I go off the back end of the bike. When you're in the manual position, you want to have your arms pretty much straight, but not totally straight. You want to have them a little bit bent, just so you have a little bit of like movement in them kind of, but really all the movement is going to come from your legs, not your arms. You don't want to be pulling in and out your arms. It's going to be all moving your body behind and in front of your back tire. One thing that I'd recommend trying is just stationary. Get a feel of where exactly the balance point is, just so you know once you're rolling where about your body needs to be. So if you go like this, kind of feel exactly where your body needs to be. This is easier on flat ground than on an incline here. I'd recommend trying this on flat ground instead of on an incline. Just kind of feeling exactly where the balance point is, to the point where you're going to fall backwards or fall forwards. In this trick, if you're not falling backwards, if you're not going over the back wheel and onto your feet, you're not doing the trick right. You're not learning it correctly, because if you're always too scared to go off the back end, if you're always just keeping it safe kind of and always just keeping yourself over the front end, you're never really going to feel that balance point. It's going to take a lot longer to learn how to do it. Now, I'm not going to go too fast. You might want to go a little bit faster when you're trying it. But this is pretty steep. It doesn't have to be this steep, but this is ideal for learning how to do it. So you want to let go of your brakes completely, and then obviously you're going to start rolling. Just For this in particular, I'm going to keep my hands on the brakes just so I don't roll down too fast, just so you guys can really see what I'm doing. You're going to want to pick up the front end. And then once you start gathering some speed, you know, you can bring the front end back down, slow down a little bit, and then lift up again. The balance point really is almost going off the back end, not so much almost falling forward. Once you start almost falling forward, pretty much the manual's not going to keep going. You're really more so almost falling back off the back end of the bike while you're doing the manual. While this trick may look easy for a lot of people who know how to do manuals, but for me, this trick took a long time to learn, and it's a really frustrating trick to learn just because the people who do know how to do it, they make it look like it's easy, but when you're learning it, it's really not very easy at all. It takes a lot of practice. This is one of the tricks that probably took me the longest to learn. Thank you everyone for watching. Remember to subscribe if you haven't, like the video. If you have any suggestions for any other videos, let me know down in the comments, and have an awesome day.